back to my channel. Thank you guys for tuning in today. First off, before we get into this video, I just want to say thank you guys so much for all your support in my last video. All the support has been amazing and I'm just so thankful for all of you guys and that you are actually loving this content because I am loving putting it together and I'm super excited for what this year is going to bring. So thank you. Back to what this video is actually about. I'm doing a huge thrift haul. So most of these thrifted items were from when I went to DC for Christmas and when I went to Austin 2 weekends ago. It's a huge haul, so let's just get into it. I picked up this vintage New York Jets sweatshirt. I actually got home and saw that it was from my birth year, 1994, so I think that's pretty cool. And I'll probably just like style this with like jeans and a handkerchief and just kind of make it a bit more interesting. I'm super excited to style this and kind of make it my own. Next thing I picked up while I was thrifting was this super cool dragon shirt. This was really nice. It was $4.99 and then 30% off. So it's 100% silk. It has the beautiful mandarin button details with these beautiful red embroidered dragons. And I'm definitely picturing like styling this almost with like track pants or something. I don't actually own any track pants, so we'll see. But I'm super excited to try this, and this was just such a cool find. I was even imagining styling it almost open as a jacket over a vintage tee or something like that. Just kind of, again, make something that's a little bit more basic, more interesting. Okay, this item I picked up also on our thrift haul in Nashville at a different thrift store. And it's actually Route 66, which I know is like an old Walmart brand. It's just kind of interesting because I don't shop at Walmart at all, but I like their vintage stuff, it's just this beautiful white crocheted sweater, but I just thought this would be beautiful come summertime or springtime, and I probably, I'm not even sure I would like wear a bra under it. No bra, no problem. I could just picture styling this with like jeans and a cool like camel color hat or something. I love a good sweater for summertime, so this was super awesome to find, and it was $6.98. As everybody is aware, the weather outside in most of the US has been extremely cold this week, so I've been on the hunt for more sweaters, and I was super excited to find this vintage mustard colored sweater. The tag is amazing. It's pure Shetland wool, made in Scotland. I just love this color, and I'm super excited to wear this, and I think it'll be a great basic in, you know, seasons to come as well. Are you ready for this next find? Because you are going to die. It is so good. It is possibly one of my top favorite items I have ever thrifted. This 3-piece vintage wool suit. It is amazing. I have the jacket here. It just has these beautiful, like this buckle detail with the matching silver buttons. And then it also comes with this matching skirt, so you can wear it as a skirt suit, or it comes with the high-waisted trousers, which are just beautiful. They have the double button detail here. I'm going to assume this is probably from like the 60s or 70s, and it's just the colors. I don't have a suit like this, and it's just gorgeous. And whoever had this before me, we had the exact same body because it was tailored. I mean, it has that, it's not cropped, but it hits me right at the ankle. Just like everything is perfect. I could not believe that I found this, and I'm so excited. I'm so happy that I have it now. So that was the last of the items that I thrifted in Nashville. Now I'm going to move on to the items I thrifted in DC. Got in a little bit of time to go to a Goodwill for about 45 minutes, and they actually had a lot of cool vintage stuff. I didn't pick up everything I tried on, but a lot of just really unique vintage items, but I did manage to pick up a few things. So the first item I got is this vintage cardigan. It is definitely handmade. It's this bright, like fluorescent orangey red color, and I love that color. I know it's a little bit harsh and not for everybody, but I love when I find vintage items that are this color. I think I paid probably $5 for this, and it just looks so cool. I'm super excited. It kind of has like these bell sleeves, 3/4 length, which I prefer over super long sleeves. So I'm super excited to style this, and I might just wear it with this shirt from now on. If you know me at all, then you know I am mildly obsessed with vintage handbags. I have so many, and so now when I go to the thrift store, vintage store, I really try to be really selective about the bags I get, because I can't even use all the ones that I have now. But I got this beautiful vintage like basket woven bag, and it's in perfect condition, has a really cool little clasp on there and the handles, and I don't have a black one, so I definitely had to pick this one up, and it just has this beautiful floral detail. It was $9. I'm obsessed. The last item I picked up when I was thrifting in DC is this amazing polka dot vintage jumpsuit. It was still like new with tags, and oh, I didn't even realize it has belt loops, and it did not come with a belt because it is super wide. And if you saw, I wore this in my last video actually when I went to Austin, but it's really cool. I belted it with kind of like a Gucci inspired belt and wore it with some red boots. It was awesome because I was eating so much on that trip, so I was just like loosening the belt, and had plenty of room. It was super comfortable, and then I wore it on the plane home. I love this, and I know that I'm going to style this a lot. I think it was $7. This was a good find. Now we're moving on to all of the items I thrifted in Austin and the vintage items I got in Austin. But first up is everything I thrifted. I went to Savers while I was there. I had never been to a Savers, so super excited. And it was the first thing that I did when I got in was go to Savers. So first, I picked up this beautiful vintage, it's not really creped, it's all pleated down skirt, and it has just this beautiful lace detail on the top and kind of a tiered bottom. It fits me like a glove, and it gives me off like the Carrie Bradshaw vibes. I want to just make this super dramatic, do something crazy, or a big flower, something like that, and just make this just a super dramatic look. And it was $8.99. Next up at Savers, I picked up this sweater. I typically don't go after super basic sweaters like this, and I don't believe the brand is Valley Girl, so I'm assuming this isn't vintage at all, but I just couldn't pass up this little fur detail, and it's actually removable. So if I just wanted to wear a plain brown sweater, I could. And if I want to be super fabulous, which I probably will want to be, then I can wear it with this little fur detail. It is really long. I will probably just tuck it in because that's my jam. And it was $7. So I am always looking for sets when I go to the thrift store. I love sets. They're super easy to wear. You hardly have to think about anything when you have a set. Maybe just throw on a vintage tee underneath and you're good to go. So I was super excited when I found this vintage set. It has these amazing pinstripes, which I'm always a fan of pinstripes. So the top is this kind of long vest style top. The pants are these super high-waisted trousers. It's kind of like a paper bag waist, but not like a full one, I would say. I'm definitely going to style it with a belt. I think I would probably maybe tie this up a little bit because I'm not a big fan of like baggy on baggy. But mostly I was just super excited to find these pants, but super pumped that I found this. And it was $7.49. Next up at Savers, I got this, oh, I'm obsessed. This vintage made in the USA red sweater, and it just has all this beautiful silver threading throughout, and it's actually not itchy at all. It's super comfy, a bit of an oversized feel. I've already worn this kind of just tucked in, so I honestly don't even remember what I paid for it, probably like $6 or $7, but I love red right now, and I love that this is sort of a take on a red sweater, and I love it. It's so festive, and I love red right now. So I could even pair it with this hat. So the last thrifted item I picked up in Austin was a turtleneck, and I am actually so obsessed with these striped sweaters right now. I've been picking them up left and right because I love them. It was $4.99, so not a bad deal. And I'm so excited to give this whole color thing a try. That's another amazing thing about the thrift store, is that you can try out trends for like the low. I mean, I paid $5 for this, so if you're kind of like, oh, I want to try out that trend, go to the thrift store, find something for really cheap. If it doesn't work out, give it to a friend, redonate it, do something else with it, but you tried it and you didn't spend that much money. Awesome. All right, we're almost to the finish line, I promise. Now for some of my absolute favorite items I got in Austin. I went to 3 vintage stores. So first I went to Prototype Vintage, which is off of South Congress. It's right next to Feathers Vintage Boutique as well. So you can kind of do 2 in 1. I love this vintage store because things were, moderately priced. And so the first thing I picked up, this vintage t-shirt. I love that it was just perfectly thrashed, and these colors are seriously just my fave colors. Obviously I have a theme going on here. I love reds and golds and creams and tans and all that stuff right now. So I picked this up and I just thought it was really funny. It says, the best beer drinkers are from Smyrna, Delaware. I've never been to Delaware, but I just thought the tea was cool, and I'm excited to just style this up. I always, try to find them. They are just really hard to find at the thrift store. So I picked this one up. It was $32, which for a vintage tee is not bad. So I'm super excited to find this. Next up, another vintage t-shirt. So I tried on probably about 10 while I was there, and had such a hard time choosing because their vintage t-shirt collection is amazing. I picked up this black one, and I just thought it was hilarious. It says, here I am in Florida, where the hell are you? And I'm super excited to try it and just hopefully make people laugh with this amazing t-shirt. I don't think you're ready for this next item because it is so good. A vintage shag vest. That's right, people. I have been looking for one of these for so long, and I was debating between a vest or a jacket. And I'm kind of still want a jacket too, but I'm so excited to have this vest. It's just super extra and just super fabulous. The last vintage store that I went to when I was in Austin was Passport Vintage. If you don't know about Passport Vintage, I'll link them below. They mainly sell vintage denim, so they have a lot of Levi's and Wranglers and all that kind of like jackets and pants and everything. So I was trying on a few of those and picking some out, and then I went to another room, and you guys, oh my god, I lost my shit. Bootleg vintage Gucci. This was $78, but that's fairly in line for vintage bootleg Gucci, especially because it is really hard to find, guys. So if you live in the Austin area, or you're going to Austin and you're looking for vintage bootleg Gucci, go to Passport Vintage, because I kid you not, they had at least 30 pieces of bootleg Gucci, from sweatshirts, t-shirts, anything, and every single color. So I ended up picking up this red one, and clearly I'm on a red kick. I know it's going to get a lot of wear, and I know that it's going to be something that I'm going to keep for a really long time. Super excited about this one, clearly. The last 2 items that I have are items that were gifted to me for Christmas one vintage, one retail, and so I'm just gonna start with it. My sister gave me the most bomb-ass jacket ever. She made me FaceTime her when I opened it because she knew I was gonna freak out. Ah, that leather smell. It is gorgeous, so well made. Just all fringe everywhere, so it has this angled fringe on the front. It has fringe on the sleeves. It has the zip up sleeves, so it has a little extra room. It even has a zip out liner, so this liner can be taken out. And back has fringe detail, purple suede rose on the back. And then there's also some purple suede roses on the front, which I just thought was so cool and so unique. I've never seen a jacket like this, and I have been on the hunt for a vintage fringe jacket ever since I moved to Nashville, and I have not been able to find one that wasn't outrageously priced. So my sister found this online secondhand, and the details are just amazing. So thank you to my sister, who knows me very well and gave me the best Christmas present I could have ever asked for. Okay, we have reached the end of my haul. I have this one last item to show you, and it is this amazing, they call them teddy coats, that is actually from H&M. It's kind of one of those oversized fits. I asked for this for Christmas, and I got it as a late Christmas gift, and I am obsessed. You're going to be seeing a lot of this jacket because it is so cold here right now. I have a lot of pea coats that are really long. They're more fancy, so I think this is going to be kind of like more an everyday coat, and I think it'll just be a good basic coat to throw on this winter and for the winters to come. Okay guys, you made it. Congratulations, because that was a long ass haul. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me here on Instagram as well as my blog, where I am always showing how I style these pieces and more about my thrifting and styling. And until next time,